I can't believe it's almost Valentine's and I'm craving something pink. Kind of like this picture or this picture with blush heavy. Hi everyone, it's Smita. Welcome back. If you're looking for that subtle romantic look for Valentine's Day, then look no further. Here's a great way to enhance your features. I'm going to start by prepping my skin as usual, for which I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Revital Lift Moisturizer. I had seen so many ads for this product before I thought I'll give it a shot, so I bought it. It's a very creamy and lightweight texture, but still is a very thick moisturizer. I like that it has pro-retinol, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C, because that means 3 products that I do not need to buy or layer separately on my skin, which also makes it a great value. For this look, I want a super hydrated face, so I'm going to layer this with the Ilia, the base face milk essence and lightweight moisturizer with hyaluronic acid. I love this formula. It leaves my skin so smooth and hydrating with that really youthful look. It can be used in all seasons, spring, summer, winter, what have you, and my husband uses it too. This moisturizer literally sinks in your skin and instantly makes your face feel refreshed and hydrated. Now let's get done with the brows and part of eye makeup before I finish up my base makeup. For eyebrows, I want to keep it really soft but well structured, so I'm going to be using Precisely My Brow from Benefit. This is a brow pencil and it's in the shade 4.5, which is like a deep brown shade. I'm using the spoolie in the back of the pencil to brush my brow hair downward so I can clearly see on top, and I'm going to be doing very light hair-like strokes just to fill in the sparse areas, and I'm going along the direction of my natural brows. And then again, I'm going to use the spoolie to brush my brow hair upward so I can clearly see at the bottom and fill it in. If you didn't know, this product is waterproof, so you can have a full set of very well-defined brows and even go for swimming. And works great especially if you sweat or if you have very oily skin. It's also super pigmented, so very little goes a long way. And if applied correctly, it'll last you 2 to 3 times more than other pencils, which means you'll end up buying less. To clean up around the brows, I'm going to be using a concealer, and I'm trying something new today. This is the Lift Tinted Hue Skin Hydrating Serum Concealer, and I'm using the shade 15, which is for medium skin with neutral peach undertones. I was eyeing this concealer for a while and I really love the coverage of this concealer. I'm going to not only clean my brows, I'm going to take it all the way on my lid as a base for the eyeshadows. It's also a good match to my skin tone. It definitely covered up all that pigmentation that I have on my lids. And just so it doesn't move or crease, I'm going to set it lightly with a powder. This is the Ilia Soft Focus Setting Powder. Really nice setting powder. It's very fine and doesn't accentuate textures or fine lines, nor does it crease. It also controls oil and shine throughout the day, so it's a great product to use, especially on your lids. Like I used to do in 2016, I'm going to use a piece of sticky tape in the corner of my eye, and that'll help to define the outer corner without much effort. I'm going to be using the Boring palette, which is my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics, starting with the shade Buff. Because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to look straight in the mirror before applying buff in the socket area. The reason I'm looking straight in the mirror is because when I keep my eye open, I should be able to see that eyeshadow. You'll see that crease line passing right across my lid. That is my actual crease. But if I apply eyeshadows up to my crease, you won't be able to see a thing when I keep my eyes open. Extra skin on top of the crease will cover everything up. So the best way to redefine the crease is by looking straight in the mirror and applying the eyeshadow. So when you keep your eyes open, you can still see it. And then with a smaller blending brush, I'm going to dip into depth to add some depth to the outer corner and the outer crease. Again, I'm using very little eyeshadow at a time, and I'm going to keep on layering and layering till I'm happy with the intensity. Now, if you take too much eyeshadow at a time, I'm telling you, blending is so hard. So take less eyeshadow every time you dip that brush and keep on layering and adding to it. While you do that, keep on blending. That's how you get that beautiful buff. The idea with this eyeshadow is not only to add the depth, but also to blend it out with the transition that we just used. So I'm going to take that clean, larger blending brush by Rose & Ben, and I'm going to blend both the eyeshadows together so we get that ombre of shades. Now using the shade Halo, I'm going to highlight the inner half of my lid with a very small blending brush. I'm going to take it all the way to the middle of the lid, and I'm going to blend it out with the browns in the outer corner. It's almost like a cut crease, but it's a really soft cut crease. And then I'm going to use halo on a flat brush to highlight my brow bone. And if you see any harsh edges, just go back in with your blending brush and go over that edge to soften everything up. Using Intense, which is the black eyeshadow, I'm going to pull out a small wing in the outer corner using a flat brush. The tape is going to take care of keeping that edge really straight and nice, so you don't have to put in too much effort. I'm going to join this to my lash line. I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to soften it further by using more of that black eyeshadow with a soft, fluffy brush. And then after I've placed that eyeshadow, I'm going to blend it out and soften it using a blending brush. Softer wings like this work great if you have hooded eyes because the edge of that wing is not going to interfere with the fold of the hood. It's that extra skin in the outer corner that usually makes your eyeliners look all distorted. But if you soften it like this, it'll look great. Let's go ahead and remove that tape, and this is always so satisfying. Using the One Size Point Made waterproof liquid eyeliner, I'm going to line my lash line, but I'm going to keep it very close to the lashes. That way it looks really dark at the lash line and you also have that soft wing in the outer corner. Before completing my lower lash line, I want to finish up my base makeup. So I'm going to first clean up underneath using some micellar cleansing water and a Q-tip. For foundation, I'm using the Ilia Skin Refined Blurring Foundation, and this is in the shade 25N, which is Elm. This is a good shade for medium neutral undertones. Of all the foundations that I have, if I have to pick one, whether to travel, to apply for a special occasion or every day, it's going to be this one. This has to be the best color match that I've ever found in my life. Truly like a second skin. It blends seamlessly as long as you're hydrated first. So make sure you've prepped your skin very well. This is going on, I think, 5th or 6th stick. I've purchased it so many times. I love it so much. What I love most is people cannot tell whether you're wearing foundation or not. It's really lightweight. It has a creamy texture and ever so slightly dewy appearance, but not greasy. It looks like you've moisturized a lot, but not super wet. For concealer, again, I'm using Live Tinted. I'm going to use it to conceal in areas where I have that uneven skin tone and also in the high points of my face to brighten it up. If you're neutral olive skin tone like me, I know it's so hard to find a concealer that's a good match, especially for the undertone. But that you also need to find the right coverage, and I feel like this fits in right there. And while it's getting a little bit dry and tacky, I'm going to add some dimension to my face using a contour. This is the Sachu Contour Stick, and I'm using the shade 4, which is Giving Boss. I love this formula. It's actually a stain. It's not a thick product. I'm mostly going to focus this on the circumference of my face and the hollows of my cheekbones, as well as to contour my jawline. It blends like a dream and looks like that warm, bronzy tone, which I absolutely love. It's not super orange and it lasts the whole day. The only thing I dislike is I can't tell how much is coming out of that tube. But it's super creamy and blendable, and it's very easy to apply because of that sponge tip applicator. I'm going to blend it out before I start blending the concealer. And as you can see, that's blending beautifully, and it's also super pigmented. But you'll see once I set my face with powder, everything will look more mellowed down. Wow, that concealer truly looks beautiful. It's super creamy and hydrating, so great for mature skin. The only thing I would say is it's not fast drying. It took a little bit of time to dry completely, and I don't have that much patience, so I went ahead and I blended it out, and I did see some streaks here and there because I blended it too quickly, I guess. But I feel like it's truly worth it because it gives you excellent coverage, and it also goes on very smoothly. If you ask me, it's a good combination of the Tarte and e.l.f. concealers. This look is going to be pinky pink, which means I'm going to focus a lot on blush. I almost envision like a baby doll blush color, so I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Major Headlines blush. This is in the shade She's a Doll, which is a bright neutral pink. I'm going to start with the cream blush, and I'm going to apply it to the highest points of my cheekbones because I want to apply it higher up and look more lifted. This is exactly the shade that I was looking for, and after I've set my face with powder, I'm going to go in with the powder blush from this product again, just to make it look a little bit more pigmented. Again, going with the Ilia powder to set my entire face, and you'll observe that this powder is a little bit more white than I would prefer. I usually prefer a little bit of pigment in powder so it doesn't give flashbacks, but this is so finely milled that it's not going to give you flashbacks. It's almost going to absorb your foundation or concealer, whatever you've applied, and quickly set it so it'll adapt to that color of your foundation or concealer, and then it'll set. It's not even a translucent, it's almost a transparent powder, so it's so finely sifted. I'm going to go in with the powder blush. As you can see, the blush that we applied was great, but after setting it with powder, everything dulls down a little bit. So I'm going in to brighten up everything. And I'm going to take this blush almost under my eyes. So I'm going to take it all the way up. It's subtle, but you can still see the pink. This is literally what I wanted to do. Now that we have our concealer and blush and everything on, let's finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to go in with Buff, and I'm going to smoke it out throughout my lower lash line using a flat, fluffy brush. Now going in with Depth with a flat brush, and I'm going to apply it closer to my lash line, just in the outer half. To finish up, I'm going to first curl my lashes using the Sally Hansen curler. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Extensionist mascara. If there's one brand that does it right with mascaras at the drugstore, it is L'Oreal. For lashes, I'm going to be using Lily Lashes in Rule Breaker. These are self-adhesive lashes, so you don't even need glue to put them on, and that's why I could put it on so quickly. And now just quickly applying mascara to my lower lashes before I move on to my lips. I'm going to keep my lips really soft and nice. I'm going to start with Full Scale Rust. This is an artist color pencil by Makeup Forever. I'm going to use it in the borders, just overlining the topmost and bottommost point of my lip and then joining it to the natural lip line. Now, I've seen a lot of people overdoing it by just extending the border everywhere. Just don't do that. Only overline in the topmost and bottommost point and join it to your natural line. It's going to look natural. And then I'm going to shade out the edges so it blends in beautifully with whatever I'm filling my lips with. This is a new lip gloss from ColourPop. Look at that cute heart on top, just perfect for Valentine's. And that color is stunning. This is called Still That Girl. I'm going to use this to fill in my lips. I love the shade. However, I don't like the applicator. It's too small for me. But if you like small applicators, these are really cute. Now that's a really pretty shade. Last but not least, don't forget to lock your makeup. I'm going to be using the Benefit Professional Super Setter. And you can see how all the pinks came together. It looks fresh. It's not overwhelming because we didn't use any pink on the lids, but it all tied together beautifully. And here is the finished look. Would you try it? Let me know in comments. And if you do, please don't forget to tag me. My socials are listed in the description box below, along with all the products that I used in today's tutorial. Happy Valentine's to all of you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.